Hello everyone. Today we will talk about agriculture in India. Agriculture has been an integral part of India from years, from decades, from centuries, and even from millennia. Straight from the Indus Valley civilization, agriculture has played a very vital part in Indian economy. But we have seen a trend in the last few decades that the contribution of agriculture has been reducing. There has been some causes of it. We will talk about it. If we talk about the present scenario, agriculture contributes about 15% of Indian economy. But if we talk about in the terms of employment, then it is employing more than 50% of Indian population even today. So it means that agriculture is still playing an important role in India. If we see that last year when Indian economy shrinked by 7.6% in the financial year 2021, but there was only one hero, that was agriculture, the primary sector of India, which expanded by, by more than 3%. That was the lifesaver of India. Indian exports are increasing, and a major contribution to it is given by agriculture. So that thing shows up that agriculture have still potential, and it is also very vital for India and its economy. If we see in the history, in from the Indus Valley civilization, agriculture is agriculture is a very integral part. Uh, if we just ignore the last century, then agriculture has contributed to Indian economy more than 80 to 90%. So that is huge. This indicates that India is an that Indian society all in all has uh, been uh, was was employed in agriculture from a lot of centuries and millennia. But there are certain problems. The modern day problems are that Indian agriculture is mostly dependent on the crops like wheat and rice only. We produce a lot of wheat and rice, but the demand of wheat and rice are uh, are relatively less, and the supply is high. So that's why Indian farmers suffer a lot of losses in that. So there is a need to move towards cereals, pulses, and cash crops. Uh, and we should also diversify the crop pattern in India. That will be of great help. There are other problems also, that a fragmented land is used by farmers. There are many small farmers. Uh, if and That is the reason why the output of the land per hectare is very less in India. If we compare it by if we compare it with US, China, Brazil, their production per hectare of land is very high as compared to India, because they have large farms, and because of large farms, there are large farmers which can use machineries, which can use which can input high highly modernized equipments and fertilizers and pesticides. That's why they are able to increase their production per hectare. India can also do it by making cooperatives, by consolidating the land. If we get the farmers together, if we make huge lands, and um, the farmers do that agriculture together, then it can be ensured that India's uh, production per hectare will increase drastically. So that is very much required in the Indian farming system, that the consolidation of land will give a huge boost to Indian overall production in agriculture sector. Before 1970s, India's India's production was very less. India was not even self-sufficient. It used to import its wheat from the US, and that gave the US a very autonomous kind of power over India, because it was the nation that was providing India wheat, and sometimes it used to always hike up the prices also. But after 1970s, India became the India became self-sufficient in agriculture sector, and a huge boost to the production of wheat and rice was observed at that time. That was all because of the Green Revolution, which was initiated by uh, former Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri. So that gave a huge boost. Under it, we all know that modern equipments, modern seeds, and insecticides and pesticides were introduced to the farmers, and that was very beneficial for them also. But there are still some places that we need to work, like the weather, irrigation. If we see that the rice is grown heavily in Punjab and Haryana, but they are not the places that rice should be preferably grown, because rice is a very water demanding crop, and it is and but in Punjab and Haryana, the farmers use the groundwater, and that's why groundwater is depleting heavily there. The irrigation, so uh, making the farmers aware of the crops they should grow and the cropping patterns, and providing them good irrigation and providing them good equipment for irrigation will be a great boost for Indian agriculture. So that is very much required today. Also, there are technological developments in weather forecast section in weather forecast sector has also given a very nice advantage to the farmers. But the steps that should be taken on immediate basis are consolidation of farms, that I believe will have a huge boost in in the agriculture sector and overall in India's economy. So that was all about India's agriculture today, and what we can do in future to for the betterment of it. Thank you very much.